just give me some time to share the stream. Also, a few thoughts. I'm. It's actually a bit of a, I would say, not so great timing. Um, I saw the I saw the new update to Darkest Dungeon 2. They had the Kingdoms update, which is a brand new play game mode. Also saw the Abomination character release, so I'm probably gonna get that soon. Then a few days later, I found out that the voice for Darkest Dungeon, Wayne June, passed away. And actually, when I found out yesterday night, the videos I saw, they all had AI voicing, and it was just very short. I thought, okay, this can't possibly be real. But then people were like starting to play Darkest Dungeon 2 as part of a tribute, and sure. Then when I woke up this morning, then I went to check. Then true enough, Red Hook Studios gave a tribute. Um, Chris gave a tribute. Tyler gave a tribute. Stuart Chatwood had some kind words to say also. It just a bit of it. I would say that Wayne June is a very unique voice. Definitely someone that you you don't you did not expect to have that kind of quality hit into gaming. He pretty much started as basically the voice for H.P. Lovecraft audiobooks, and he did that job masterfully well. Like I heard some of the intros to some of the, I did read quite a few of the H.P. Lovecraft, but the voice that he lent to it, pretty much solid. So he was basically the tone of H.P. Lovecraft, and also the tone of Darkest Dungeon as well. And it's gonna be very hard to see how the franchise would move on. Is there? I do not think anyone can ever keep up. Nothing. It will never be the same without him, which is, I would say, both a good and a bad thing. But life moves on, and yeah, to all those who he has left behind, I give my condolences, and yeah, he will be missed. Now with now with that somber now with that somber mood out of the way. No, and I would say out of the way. With that somber mood, with that moment of retrospection, we'll probably be doing our quick draft of Bloomburrow here because we're still waiting for Ader Drift. The pre-release came out, so it's pretty much about 2 more weeks roughly. On the second week after this, we'll probably do sealed. Then we'll do our draft after. Bloomburrow has always been notoriously well known for being an on the rail set, and well, we okay. Now this one I have some. Okay, first is it's Maha, Feather's Knight. Pretty strong for what it is, 6/5, and there are very few spells that can remove it. It's not gonna be the cheap stuff. The sad part about this is that we're gonna have to contend with everyone that plays aggro. It's pretty much red white, white black red, maybe some white black flyers, but at least this one has flying. Green black has some pretty good synergies as well. We're basically if we take Maha, we're giving up our Valley Route Caller, which is giving up a Downwind Ambusher, which is pretty good as removal. Giving up a Thoughtstalker Witch, and we're giving up on Saver as well. So if we take this one, we're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fighting for black. So this is gonna be our splash color, pretty much. Something I'm not looking forward to, but I'm still gonna take it. It's still quite powerful as it is. You just have to be aware that this is gonna be a relatively fast format. We're gonna be looking for any more savers, most of the cheap removal as much as we can. And just basically set up for this. Like Sonar Strike would be a decent option as early removal. It also gives you white black bats is a pretty good setup because it's mostly flyers, so you could get there by evasion. If we go for black, there's Bone Cache Overseer that sets us up for green black. There's the Glide Dive Duo, which is definitely for rats, but I don't want to take it because this is another 5-drop. I want to start taking cheaper cards. There is Tree Guard Duo, which is super solid which is a super solid green drop, though this is more for green blue frogs. But we could Because our other option is some paw patch formation, draw a card, create a food token for the most part. Do I want it? But do I want to take this? I feel like I'd be safer taking a removal spell and figuring it out from there. Hey Jericho Ilagan, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? So that's it. Okay, we could go into white-black life gain. This is a very good way to keep up on life. So, not passing the Tornplate Intimidator here, but we do have... And I probably will pass on the mice deck here. We'll be going for bats. Pretty much the main plan here. Doing good? Yeah, nice to hear. Also, well, I could take an Agate Blade Assassin to start taking black, but this is another duo, which is usually very good here. We could also just start concentrating in white and just give up our mythic pick, which is fine. Not the greatest. Definitely not into Lilypad Village. There's a dire downdraft, which is kind of removal. Yeah, black is kind of drying up. I don't consider my Mind Drift Assailant to be a good pick. I might just take this one. We could consider white-red could still be a consideration, but it doesn't really want to slate a removal. I'm not so sure what I would take here. First pick Maha Bomb. Yeah, definitely. I am now just trying to find a deck that would support it. Now it's basically trying to get everything to fit. I can take Rabbit Response as a way of I'm not giving up on Maha quite yet. Stocking the pantry doesn't quite do it. I'm just gonna take the Conduct. I could even just take the Lilypad Village. Basically, it's a kind of a non-pick for us. If I had to take something a bit more seriously, I would probably just take... Fine, I'll take this. I hate this, though. I would really not want to run it if I can. Okay, Bandit's Talent is a good... There's a Glide Dive Duo, which supports. Bandit's Talent, keep staying alive. Making our opponent discard cards is a good way to stay alive. There is a Tidecaller Mentor, so... Blue-black could be a thing if we go for it. Finch formation, target creature control gains flying, sure. I really don't want to take Fountain Port Bell if I can have the option. I'll just take the Bandit's Talent. Yet another Life Tree duo, but now we need to start taking other cards. So like Starlit Soothsayer is a thing. We should also be on the possible lookout that we might be no, this is not really reanimation deck. Waxbane Witness is meh. Bravekin Duo is fine for early aggro. I would rather take Ruthless Negotiationer. It's two shots of take a card away from our opponent. And what do we have on the get comeback? Crumb and Get It. Indestructible, so way to protect Maha. Alternately, we could with the Life Creed Duo, we could get some early aggro, then we can give ourselves a Cindering Cutthroat. This does look a lot better. Yeah, we'll definitely take Scales of Shale as well. It's going to be 3 mana for the most part. I don't realistically expect to be running Lizards, but we could make it. But it is a way to gain some life here. It's also a pretty solid combat trick. Guard Mouse, not really. I'd rather have a Tornplate Intimidator at this point. But that said, it looks like our Sinister Monolith. It looks like our black is certain, but our white is not so much. And now we're getting all the mythics, guys. Do we pivot to black-red? I definitely want to take this one. Now I wish I took the removal spell. There's a Scavenger's Talent, which is also a very good choice for us. I'm happy with either of these. Realistically, I'll probably just take the Scavenger's Talent. It's actually a very good way to get Maha back. It's probably a lot easier on our colors. Yeah, we'll just take the Scavenger's Talent. As much as I want to take this one, we need to be figuring out what our second color is, and I don't want it to be red right away. Okay, now we can start. Now we have the part where we start going into red for sure. There's a flame cash gecko. Intrepid Rabbit. If you want to stay in white, Intrepid Rabbit is always solid. I'm basically trying to look for removal. As it is, we only have like 3 bats and 3 birds, so not that great. Sonar Strike is still playable for the most part. If we just need to start hitting bats, I think I'll go for Glide Dive Duo the next time I see one. Okay, I did see one. Alternately, there's a Clifftop Lookout. I can pivot to black-green. I'm gonna take the Lookout. We'll figure out if it's better than these. Okay, now we have Moonstone Harbinger. This gives us more bats. Okay, we're definitely in black-white. Yeah, we're kind of trying to find our place. That's one way to put it. Ravine Raider. It's a creature. I could just take 3/3 Mascot if I'm not sure. I don't want to run a second Monolith if I could. And I think if I want to play it safe, I would take the Conduct Electricity. But I also did take Clifftop Lookout, so I could consider the another green card. Though Rabbit Druid. I don't have many of these. I could just take this for the collection, but I probably would. I'll take a 3/3 Mascot or a Ravine Raider. I think I'll take a 3/3 Mascot. At least one copy should be fine. Now we have Builder's Talent, so we have to do a sanity check. How many we have 1. Well, 2 if we have 2. Bandit's Talent, and we have a Scavenger's Talent, so Builder's Talent could work here. It's either that or Daggerfang Duo to mill cards, Agate Blade Assassin, another Scales of Shale. I think we can go for mostly black at this point. We could kind of skip white. Depending on how it lines up, we can probably skip white altogether, but now we have Dewdrop Cure. Up to 2 target creature cards to the battlefield. I can speculate on this and start taking more. Like we go super low down and see if we can line it up. Okay, none of these line up. We'll just take Lilypad Village for the collection. Bellwing Crier, Daggerfang Duo, Tankle Tumbler. We're not exactly running tokens, so that's not gonna work out. We could take a Darkseid, but I think a Daggerfang Duo should be fine. Let's see. Not really running any of these. Splash Portal actually doing some work in Standard. Mostly, it's mostly thanks to Duskmourn giving us Manifest Dread to cheat in. Heartborn Rallier, it's kind of meh. I keep saying I'm gonna take Glide Dive Duo, but I never take it. Hey, Romel Gutierrez, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? So we're just doing some quick drafts right now. I am kind of regretting taking the Scavenger's Talent. Well, it is a way to reanimate stuff, but now we need creatures to keep it up. Really, this is really strong on red. I might just take the Glide Dive Duo to get back at it. I don't want to take the Crumb and get it. But we're on the lookout for really cheap creatures. Persistent Marsh. Oh, there's an infamous Cruel Claw. I think I have to take a chance at this. It's quite powerful enough. The other option, Persistent Marsh Stalker. How many rats do we have to begin with? 2 rats, so we're not going to consistently be bringing this back. We have to try. And so now we're going to start looking for, like, Agate Assault is quite cheap removal. There's Early Winter if we want the more expensive one, but I think we want to go cheap in this case. So yeah, we've had our change of plans here. Sazcap's Brew becomes our card draw spell. Kindle Spark will not make the cut. Quake Tuskboard our alternate win condition, but double red's not great. Okay, so it looks like we're cutting white. And we're starting to get some really good red, but now we want more Agate Blade Assassins because we now don't have ways of gaining life. Steam Path Charger, kinda. Note that it says target player, so you could target ourselves if we need to lose life. But I think we realistically want another Moonstone Harbinger. Yeah, but now we need to find ways to gain life. Though Fireglass Mentor is fine. So the big issue with this one is that this is kind of an on-rail strategy, so a lot of so we've actually given up a lot more of our earlier picks than usual. Like the two Moonstone Harbingers kind of not working great. The Starlit Soothsayer is not working great. The others are fine. So I'm gonna end up picking cards to make up for that. We can take one Field Sharpshooter, but that raises our 4 count here. Roughshod, we're not. Stargaze is not great. Starforged Sword also not great, though it is a +3/+3 with a free equip. If you don't mind giving your opponent a fish, I mind, so I don't really like that. But we're probably not going to Roughshod Duo a lot. Trying to build a Cruel Claw CDH. This is the only time I'm willing to build one. I guess it is a very good fit for. So it's so right now it's really about protect. Yeah, now I realize that the issue is gonna be about protecting it. I'll take the Starforged Sword. Not sure. I'll see if I'm gonna run it or not. 3/3 Mascot. It mostly shores up our 2 count here. Darksight now works because we actually want ways to lose life, and we have a Roughshod Mentor. We have Roughshod Mentor if we need to fill in the curve. I guess we have ways of making food tokens, so that's another way around it. But now we have to do a sanity check. 17 and 7. So we could do 10-7 on our lands. And we can do a double check here because this one's actually black-red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically it's not. So 10-7 is actually fine here. We only have like 6 cards that realistically need red. And our curve is quite okay, 7-9. So we kind of have a waste there. Starforged Sword could be a needed pick if we have to. But otherwise, we're mostly just getting by with flyers. These could be actually quite defensive until we get Maha, so that's a plan. Let's see if we can make that work, or if I should have just stuck to my guns and stuck with white-black. I'm now kind of regretting I could have taken that other mythic. Now, sure, that's double. The reason I consider all of it was double red, and Bloomburrow is not exactly. It's not exactly a super multicolor format. There are very few lands that I'm allowed to tap for 2. It's mostly just a shooter for 1. Kind of need extra help. That's why we're kind of running cards like Treat. So like 3/3 Mascot. I'm willing to keep this one. Like we could do Mascot into talent level 2. Then hopefully hit another mana so we can do one of these. Yeah, it really doesn't have much color fixing. That's why smashing so many double mana cost is a bit of a concern. Our opponent did land their rare right away, so it's a concern. Now, should have played this earlier. That would have made them change their mind. But why did it tap like that? Come on. I could have level 2 this. I wasn't paying attention. Something to remember. Oh wait, we still can. Thank you, Tree mascot. But our opponent is probably gonna have a. Oh, now we have something. So I could easily just play Torntate Intimidator, then just get ready to start blocking on this one. I could also dump these two, but that's kind of weak. We'll just play Torntate Intimidator. No Offspring. And we're just hoping our opponent doesn't have a way to grow this any further, or else we're giving up these two. Yeah, I will admit that there's gonna be a bit of an issue with this deck, is that early we have very few outs for bombs. And it goes 4-5. They definitely have a combat trick. I hope it's not indestructible. No, I think it's indestructible. Yeah, the cheap combat tricks are quite miserable here. So we're gonna be so behind at this point. We didn't have a builder's talent. Yeah. Yeah, we get. Gave up a Sonar Strike, so that's how we're kind of fighting back, but we are taking a lot of damage on the way. They're still playing cards though, so... Level 2. Yeah, Yeah, we're just gonna lose an early... Yeah, we didn't pick up any of the early game removal, so that is an issue. Like a Daggerfang duo, okay. We can swing with this, but our opponent can take it out, so that's not great. And I don't want to just play Fireglass Mentor. We could increase our life, but we need... Yeah, it's not gonna do enough here. Just have to play Daggerfang duo. Yeah, we got wrecked by this. We were better off chump blocking, I guess? No. Yep. We need to keep a much more aggro list. And they have... Yeah, we can concede at this point. Opponent had it all super aggro start. That is the main concern at Bloomburrow, is that it's super it's aggro friendly, and so it's miserable to play anything else. I would say that Bloomburrow was mid, but honestly, if it was not for Merges at Karlov Manor being so bad and Outlaws at Thunder Junction being slightly better, I would have said that Bloomburrow was also not so great. Well, because in hindsight, Duskmorn was the best of the formats of that year. Foundations was pretty good. It was pretty good, but its audience was for a much simpler gameplay. But yeah, Mergers kind of ruined it. Yeah, we have our Maha, but this is super slow. We have seven 2-drops. I guess we can risk it. But it doesn't help that our opponent's going first. Yeah. You might end up just losing this one because it's just some dumb aggro. Maybe not losing it quite yet. So next turn we play Moonstone Harbinger, stall out the board. Then next turn we can play Starlit Soothsayer, then we can... One that really went mono white. monocolored deck was actually, I would say that for quick draft it's even more possible. If our opponent's just gonna close zone, okay. Thankfully they're just mice. If our opponent just pumps that, I am going to block. It's a non-issue. We get a free token. So in every sacrifice of permanent target mills a card. No, we'll just play Starlit Soothsayer. Now, ironically, Maha doesn't do much for our opponent because their creatures are mostly at 1 anyway. Activates talent. What we could do is that we can start gumming up a bit with Glide Dive, Duo, etc. Yeah, we're gonna have to take a few hits here. Yeah, this is the ag. We can tear their board down slowly though. Tree. I could just, because our opponent taps it, makes it a 3/4, becomes a 4/4. Yes, it has to be Maha. Yeah, it shrinks this a bit, but not by much. We'll see if our opponent... Now, if our opponent has actual room... Yeah, our opponent did have removal, so that's going to be an issue here. So we need to... That said, I am willing to just play 3/3 Mascot and... That's fine. So our opponent is now going all in. See. I'm gonna hover over the food token. Maybe they're gonna think that, oh, that's the only onboard thing that's they're not gonna suspect what we have in hand. They might just choose not to attack with the... Oh, they did attack. And the indestructible also helps. And so we're a bit short for Tornfleet Intimidator, but I think that's enough for us to start catching. Also, we do have some creatures in the yard that we kind of want to get back, so... Opponent did have a Fountain Port, so they can start making tokens. I am willing to trade the Glide Dive Duo for it, though. And that's because we now have enough food tokens that I could just level up twice. Again, get back my Glide Dive Duo with the Finality counter. There's also Agate Assault, but we'll save that for later. This I could also attack with this just to... No, we'll hold back. The extra 2 damage is not going to mean much if our opponent doesn't. And get back the Light Dive Duo. Oh yeah, let's also mill our opponent because our opponent is not playing Threshold. Ooh, those are spicy. The Patchwork Banner is a bit spicy. Oh, they got a lot of talents. Yeah, they need an answer to Maha. And the thing is with yeah, they don't have it. They can level 2 just to get the free equip at the beginning of combat, but Yeah, that's just a give up. Whew. And Maha was just there as big beat stick for the most part. It was Maha wasn't even there for the ability. Our opponent's creatures were mostly X1s, X2s. But now we have the idea that yes, we really have to play super defensive. Unfortunately, we did paint ourselves into a corner. We were playing a Maha or bust deck, so that is going to be an issue for us. Color fixing. If you were on rails and you managed to draft specifically one tribe, you had the color fixing you need. Okay, this one cannot keep because our only 2-drop is missing this color. We're giving up Maha, but we're going to be doing that a lot. So this one we get to keep. We'll give up the Sinister Monolith. So we'll most likely play Fireglass Mentor first, then we'll probably have to Sazcap's Brew for more lands. So that's kind of our game plan. Alternately, we could just play the Moonstone Harbinger next turn. Wait, if we can swing, we should swing. Or an Elder. I should not have played that land. Yeah, we'll just play it like this. We hold back for now. And because our opponent just needs to lose life, it doesn't have to be from Fireglass Mentor. Then, like, if we swing with Moonstone Harbinger, we cause our opponent to lose life. If we manage to hit the land, it's all well and good. But again, it looks like our opponent is... Yeah, they're gonna hold that. Another Harbinger. Now, our opponent might just have removal. No, they're willing to take. Please not be something expensive. At least a 4-drop, because I have the mountain to play it. I'm hoping to hit the land for the most part. Then we could just play our second Moonstone Harbinger. Opponent probably has something. It's beginning with second mains. Not much debuff from Maha. It'll take that. Yeah. Hey! We get to choose between land and land, but that's what we wanted. So we'll play our other Moonstone Harbinger. And then next turn... We're most likely gonna slam Maha, so... We probably should swing with Fireglass Mentor as well. Give our opponents... Well, I won't throw it away needlessly. But there is a mean trick here, like... If our opponent has a larger creature, they block it. We slam Maha at... Because damage is still there. But also so we kind of have to make decisions based on that. Opponent also... Okay, they're hitting their land drops. Let's see what their 4... I am willing to just take 2, you know. I have no idea what our opponent is thinking. But yeah, I'll just take the 2. 3 if they really pump. Because if we swing back, that's 4. No, it's just 2. They have something in store. Hunter's Talent. Okay. Snipe Fireglass Mentor. So our opponent had an interesting synergy there. So that's fair play, I suppose. I'm gonna swing with just 1 because then we can just hold everyone else back. Then we just keep swinging with Maha because it'll be a 3-turn clock with Maha there. That said, our opponent could have removal. Like last time, it was like a Driftloom Coyote. That was super annoying for the most part. Like Sazcap's Brew is old. No, I think 3 guard duo. Okay. So it becomes a 4-3. If they swing with that, it becomes a 5-4, in which case I just block with Moonstone Harbinger. Yeah, it gains trample, but I'm fine with that. Then if they have a combat trick, at least I did not lose Maha in the process. Now this is instant speed, so that's something to keep in mind. We'll play the 3-3 mascot. Then we start swinging up top. Yeah, kinda mooming with Maha. Unfortunate. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have been probably happier if we also drafted the if we had drafted the dragon as well. That would have given us an extra backup plan. Though there is a big difference. I'm sure the ward one is easy. The ward is a bit easy to bypass. It's just discard the card. But it still costs something. Now our opponent has to decide what to do. They're definitely holding on to something for 1 white mana. Are they? Yeah, they're holding on to something because they're still having priority. Still there? No, did they disappear from? Oh, come on! I did not disappear just because our opponent had the Phineas turn 2. Okay, no, our opponent is still there. They might have just. In fairness, they could have been. Could be real life things. A lot of things could happen in between. My biggest annoyance right now is if I play on mobile, sometimes it will just disconnect you from the game. And it's not the disconnect that you can reconnect, like connection still waiting. No, it just cuts it off altogether as if the game died. Now, I don't know if the game is still valid or not. I think because I don't see any trackers move, so I think it just makes the game invalid for both. So super weird. It only happens in mobile, so I'm wondering how it is. So if our opponent has something like a Driftloom Coyote, we have to remember that all our our 2 power creatures are going to be so important here. So Moonstone Harp. Now the thing is, I am willing to trade, and it's kind of important. Now this doesn't give first strike; it's only +2/+0. I could also just keep taking it, but it doesn't feel like a great thing to do. Realistically, I just block, take the little damage, get it over with. Because our opponent knows we're probably never going to... that Maha's going to go for the win, so... they might go for power toughness boost. If it doesn't give indestructible, then I can just Sazcap's Brew to go up past it. Opponent is really in the tank right now. I don't know why. Okay, they're gonna do something. Have to be really patient here. If you control a creature, they're trying to find a way to keep that alive so that they could come and get it. Okay, they did not gift the food. I draw 2 cards. This guy gets +2/+0. Opponent is going to do something. Well, I wouldn't. It wasn't that bad of a rope, but now we get to strip 2 cards out of their hand, draw ourselves a card, and then and then swing up top again. I think our opponent was thinking if they wanted to gift us a food token. If they gave it indestructible, I would not have been able to do the Sascap through. But take note, if I had blocked with Moonstone Harbinger, they would have definitely gifted us there. Okay, opponent's now trying to see if they can... I probably should have swung first. Oh, there goes Rabbit Response. Do that again. Yeah, Ruthless Negotiation at late is quite brutal. And Gravekin. Get ourselves the infamous Cruel Claw. We could have had 3 mythics, just saying. But you know what? I'm fine with 2. And also the direction hasn't been that written yet. Let's see if we can get the game. Let's see if we can get an interesting game with Cruel Claw. Otherwise, I would regret. Well, I would have needed something good from White Black either. So for those wondering, I started out as Black White. These were my white cards. Life Speed Duo, Sonar Strike. I was just gonna do the full lifegain shtick. I even had another I even had an extra Sinister Monolith. But our payoffs were not that great. Like we only had the 2 Moonstone Harbingers and the Starlit Soothsayer. So so we could have, but it wasn't that worth it. And yeah, this was our... We could have had another mythic, red mythic, just saying. But I think I like it like this. We were able to do a 10-7 land. Minimize our red for the most part. We still need red though, but we didn't have that many red cards, so we could get away with it. But there you go. That was 2 wins. The more I think about it, I'm thinking Give a Gift is probably one of the more skill testing. At least Bargain was easy. You just bargained away. Okay, this one we can keep. It's like a 2 into hold this up as defensive until we hit our 4. Wanted Maha on paper, but it's still expensive. I'm not surprised. They're not called mythics. They are not mythics without a cause. How much is it? Though I think we might be in trouble here. Like 3/3 mascot, Shells of Scale defense. Yeah, how much is Maha right now? Let's take a quick look. I could not spell price. Okay. So we can play this. At least we have an alternate turn 3 play. If our opponent just equips this, yeah, I would trade it. So highest price $26, lowest price $9.30. I think realistically that's be like 500. Okay, Seedglaive Mentor. I think I take for now because our opponent is gonna try to equip this. Oh, we have our choices for Death Touch. I'm probably gonna go with one Death Touch feature. I could have also just traded at that point. Because at least with Death Touch, it pretty much ignores the aggro for the most part. our opponent is forced to have pump effect. Yeah, if you're gonna equip, I would just rather take that one. Equip there. Vigilance haste, but oh, they're holding back. So I can play this. I'm gonna regret swinging with this, to be honest. Just 2 lands. We can choose one, but you should not. You should not have played it. It's okay. But that's 2 lands out, so we're fine. Let's just hope I did not need one of them. Equip creatures you control have double strike, and I think our opponent's gonna go for this one. Removal on Fireglass Mentor is fine. I think they want to go greedy. They're just gonna Intrepid Rabbit. Now, it only triggers once. Sure. I did skip out on 1 rabbit, but I... Oh, they're going for both there. Then they could quick that for 5. Let's do a check. This is +2 +0, so it's only a 4. Now they could just stack all the damage here, but it doesn't matter. We still take out the here. Yeah. We do hit our Maha, but now we need to hit our land. There's a Bandit's Talent, which we could use. No, let's keep it safe. Let's just go for the land. Then we could just play Maha right away. Or we can play it safe, Glide Dive Duo. Drain our opponent a little bit. I think our opponent's gonna start going for the double strike, so now we should... So we now have to start factoring in that damage, but I think we can still... No, they still haven't cashed it in. Yeah, we'll just block the one. They're just giving everything up. Build sharpshoot. Okay, that's why. So we're not swinging with Maha anytime soon. Technically, we still can. Like I could also just even swing with the Glide Dive Duel, but yeah, if our opponent just gives double strike and haste, we tell Calamity they have to give up a card. Okay, they did have removal. They have to. It's 4 mana to activate it also. So this one is gonna be a. So this one's gonna be a real problem here. Oh, they moved it. Ah, okay. Double strike is still there though, so... It still takes up the other one, but now we need... So they can't discard, they can pay the 3 life, which is most likely what's gonna happen. So we are gonna end up taking 10. Yeah, I think, oh, they even had another Blacksmith's Talent as well. Yeah, they had, that was a very good draft on their part. And we were the removal light deck as well. We're taking 10. We can still snipe this. unfortunately, I used up my scales of shale. So that's not quite happening. We need to have the multiple blocks. And that's not going to cut it. We will end up taking 12. I need the land though, that's a problem. Yeah, unfortunately this is not going to do it. Real Spark Shooter, the menace was really a menace to us. Oh well, we're just gonna have to fight a little bit harder. Yeah, Maha. That was the issue with Maha for the most part. It's still easily removable, and we still haven't gotten to play with the Cruel Claw. What the heck? But that was a solid build for our opponent, if I may say so. I knew we were in trouble the moment they level 3'd that talent, but we really didn't have any outs to it. We needed more removal, but outside of that first pick and the one red pick which we probably should have taken, we didn't really have any removal at all. Okay, we're just 1 mana shy, but we will keep this because we got turn 1, turn 2 plays. Opponent. Okay, Constant Port Bell's fine. I personally do. I guess it depends, but with a decent enough curve, you don't really need it. But I think we're about to need it. So it's now a question of do we hit something really good. So we're gonna play Agate Blade Assassin first. It gives us a creature to swing with. That way, if we manage to hit our 3rd mana, we can go Cindering Throat. Cindering Cutthroat. Yeah, but this we might actually lose if we don't hit our we might lose if we don't hit our 3rd land. We can buy some time. So I can actually just play the Cindering Cutthroat first. I'm tempted to also play Infamous Cruel Claw. But we play Cutthroat first. One, we need to have something to actually threaten Hazardous Herbalist. Two, if I suspect they're looking at our creatures because they have something to remove it with, so we kind of want to delay this one for the most part. Let's see. If we can hit our 4th mana, definitely Mascot into Bandit's Talent. Or Bandit's Talent, Scavenger's Gain, try to get the creature killed. Quite a few options here. War Leader. So they can attack, they can make a token, but if they attack, that sequence doesn't quite work because they need to have a target token right away. Yeah, that's why they're not swinging, they're holding back. We're just gonna take, it's fine. So now we do... Start taking up their board apart a bit. So let's see what they go with. they can't give it to the token, so it's just there. We're taking 5. They could pump it, in which case I'm fine with that. It gets rid of a combat trick. So I can now play Starlit Soothsayer. Start getting our surveil game going. Then we also swing at almost everything. Well, we can wait on that. They probably have a trick. I need them to use it. So I'm waiting for that Sonar Strike. Parting Gust. Ah, okay, just to not have it return. And Flame Gecko. I'm okay with keeping this. We could still keep our 4 mana that way. No, it was an XL effect, so we didn't get the token. When it has a lot of these villages. Oh, they're actually gonna start stacking to get into hit cards. We're again gonna be taking 5. But pretty much the plot now is convince our opponent to get into a slugging match, and then Infamous Cruel Claw will be able to sneak in. We might also want to. Oh, they even had Salvation. Okay, they're missing 1 land unless they have it. It's 1 creature you control without flying. Return it with a flying counter, so they can actually bounce Warren War Leader. Okay, they're actually gonna stop swinging. So I could just pay the 4, but they're hoarding cards now. I could pay the 2 here, but that doesn't do much. We just play Infamous Cruel. This will definitely put the kibosh on them playing cards. That said, they could get the Super War Leader trigger if they hit their 6 man. They can actually go for it. Do they have removal? They probably have removal. Also, this is like a 3/3, so we need to have one of our combat tricks. Yeah, this might actually force him to hold stuff back. Yeah, we're gonna draw 2, Surveil draw. Then, let's see, Fireglass Mentor is fine. I think we could use the other land, sure. Oh, we played it already, okay. So we're gonna not even swing because they're really holding up Salvation Swan. So sacrifice a permanent target to their mills 2 cards. I guess we just play the creature. Just keep gumming up the board a little bit. Then it's an end step Surveil. Yeah, we're definitely keeping that. We need that effect. They're actually been very good at sandbagging cards because they're afraid of getting hit with Bandit's Talent. And I don't mind. But unless they have an extra land, they've no, that said, Salvation Swan could save. Okay. I was gonna say could save War Leader, but I guess not. So we swing. Basically overload it slightly so that our opponent has to consider multiple things. They're gonna need to have an actual removal spell. I'd be quite annoyed if they do, but at least we can start carrying our opponent's board down a bit. And they definitely have something. Farting Gust is probably the most annoying of them all, but... Oh, they just went for the Paw Patch. Okay, I'm fine with that. Gives us a food token. So of course we take out the War Leader. We hit an Agate Assault or Moonstone Harbinger. And we do the assault because it clears our opponent's board. And we play land. Okay, I'm actually, yeah. I was gonna say I was concerned our opponent might have a board wipe, but no, it looks like our opponent just we managed to wipe their board instead. So that was good for us. One more and we can get out of silver. Well, it's just the start of the month, so it's kind of expected. I also only draft, the most I draft is twice a week. But since we're saving up for Aether Drift, it's really just once a week, and I'm even doing budget drafts so that we don't overextend. I still want to draft, but I don't want to be drafting older formats, and I don't want to be drafting Chromatic Hue because there's no. Okay. We have our lands, but this feels super bad. I also don't remember. I've seen Gozen before, but I don't remember how he drafts. Okay, fine. We just keep it. We keep it. We hope that Okay, we have turn 2 Gecko into turn 3 Dire Sight into turn 4 Monolith or Intimidator. So we have a plan. 2 mana 2/2. It's what it is. Turn 3 Dire Sight. I think our opponent's playing red green, so there is a concern for us here. Unless they're just no, they have to have a 2-drop. They can't just be stocking the hand. They are just stocking. They might have a removal spell. Go for it. No, they don't. Okay, definitely keeping both of these, but we'll take the. So next turn, our opponent's gonna play a 4-drop probably, so we're gonna just drop 4 and play Intimidator. Sticky Tongue Sentinel returns. They probably didn't have to return it. There's no real benefit to returning it. Yeah, this feels kind of nonchalant, but I kind of want to reserve the ability to just play this at 7 since we're swimming in mana. Opponent's gonna stock the pantry again. We'll take the tree. They have to have a follow-up. They still don't have a follow-up. Okay, I'm gonna swing with this first, see what their actual follow-up is. I might just empty the board out of it with Harbinger and Assassin. They do have something. Take out the card. Okay. We're still not. The next turn it's just Glide type 2. The next turn Tornado Intimidator. We're gonna keep taking. When it's gonna have a 4-drop soon. Now they could take this out again, but we would still at least get the life drain card. So okay, no, they do have another takeout. Oh, it's a fight, Poliwallop. Okay, I'm fine. That one I'm fine with because that's also one of the more premier removal spells. The next turn we can just go in. They have yet to pick Heartfire Hero. Okay, that's them long enough. But if they do trigger, they do start stocking counters here. But there's I don't remember just seeing much play. War Squeak, counter. They draw a card. Can't block this turn. That's fine. We probably take 6. No, they're holding back. Which one do we take out? I could then also just pump to protect it. Let's see, War Squeak, +1/+1 has haste, so it's already that's done already. It's probably gonna be Sticky Tongue Sentinel. Yeah, we take out the stick. And the reason we take it out that way is because we want to play Moonstone Harbinger. That should stall our opponent out. We're now just going to be drawing cards, but our plan now is to just kind of slowly drain our opponent unless they have Junkyard Bruiser. I think our opponent is gonna be discarding cards. They could also sacrifice the fish token, so that's a bit of a. They could also sacrifice the War Squeak because it's not. Discard a card, sacrifice the fish, drain them for 1. The next turn, we drain for 1 and we attack with Agate Blade, so they're gonna need. That's 1 land, but this doesn't do much because we don't need an attack. We don't need to actually hit our opponent at this point. Whew! That Monolith pulling through. So heavy mana hand. That's a very good conclusion. I suspect that is a very good conclusion. I think they might have overloaded. They might have a flat curve where it's like 5 2s, 5 3s, 5 4s, 5 5s. You really do not want to be doing that. You really want to have a heavy 2-3 count. Now, given that green red is the spend 4 mana, the spend 4 mana color, I can understand why you end up with a lot of 4s and 5s, but you really should not be drafting those. Yeah, it's the expend 4. As you can see, if our curve is pretty much heavy on 2s, heavy on 3s, things you can play quite early. And no, Stock the Pantry does not count. They did have the Sticky Tongue Sentinel, so they did have an early play. So they had the Sticky Tongue Sentinel. The Valiant Mouse is a bit of a weird. I suspect that they did keep. It's about having the heavy mana hand and keeping the heavy mana hand. I know it's scary to mulligan, but sometimes you have to. Like this one, I definitely will mulligan this. Like, I can't play this on turn 3. I might be dead by turn 4. This one is more keepable. Like, we have a Bandit's Talent we can play around. We're hoping to hit the 3 drops along the way. A 2 drop is fine too. I think we might still be dead though, because that is a Valley Might Caller. So Might Caller into Pantry to Ruthless Negotiation. Okay, so we give up the Spark Shooter. The plan is to make our opponents start giving up more cards. Okay, that's just a pawn profit they couldn't really cast. They have their own Bandit's Talent, so feels bad, man, but it's gonna be the battle of the Bandits' Talents. But yeah, that's a super feels bad. And if they have a follow-up play, Sinister Monolith, okay, at least we can catch up by swinging with this one. Now that said, our opponent could just sacrifice this, draw 2 cards to deny us the card draw. Oh no, they're doing the same thing. We get to draw the card first though. So this is gonna be super weird. Okay, so I'm probably gonna play Darcy. Okay, we need those lands. Because if our opponent goes for negotiation, then we have to. This is gonna be a super weird game here. Opponent hits their 5 mana. They're gonna go Ruthless Negotiation. We can give up the Swamp. But now we have 2 cards apiece, so it's pretty much that's gonna be the. Gonna swing, of course. No, we could just draw 2. No, I'm not. So yeah, we just play Maha. But they now. It also doesn't help that if they respond, it will cost. They might actually end up sacking this, but they probably should just wait for the drain first. They can do it after. They're gonna wait. Oh, they just let it go. So we still have Sazcap's Brew up. But yeah, it looks like we managed to survive this one. It's all... Maha's been saving the day. Oh my gosh, we could have given up by just discarding Maha, but the 2 lands were of no value to us either, so we really just had to pitch those. Their Valley Caller did not get any help. They were just literally swinging at that one creature. That was agreed, super weird. Had they hit one more creature, the battle would have been quite different. If they had hit it early and whatnot, it would have been a different case. Our life might have been a bit too low already at that point. Yeah, Valley Might Caller does not help if you don't have the support. I suspect they had the creatures for it, but it was super weird. it's easy to forget that this is draft, this is not constructed, so you don't expect the usual stuff. Sometimes I just managed to get 5 wins from this one. A 6th win would really be nice, but 5 wins is fine also. I hope I just didn't jinx myself, but I'm happy. Okay, Negotiator, hoping for a 2-drop, but we can kind of get some advantage. Right, we can kind of get a little bit of early advantage. We are hoping for a 2-drop to enable our 3-drop. Otherwise, it's just Starlit Soothsayer into Cindering Cutthroat. Official down players. Our opponent is on aggro. They eat. I'm probably gonna start taking the Blacksmith's Town. Okay. Did not hit the creature, so we're gonna go Soothsayer first. Opponent does have Fury Whispers. Subscribe. I'm hoping they don't have removal, otherwise I'm forced to play Formplate Intimidator. I really want to be able to play Cindering Cutthroat first. They pump it, it's just draw discard, and I'm fine with that. But it's still an attrition race, we're not quite winning. They didn't even... No, I'm not gonna trade. Okay, they get some extra mana. Then they paid for that. Okay, that's fair. That's one way to do things. I don't have double red, so I am okay with just hiding. Yeah, and the reason I played this one first is because we actually have a hope of hitting 7 mana. That said, double strike is a problem. So we're gonna be taking 6. We will be hitting back for 6 though. Unless our opponent blocks. So I could play this to draw a card. I think realistically let's swing first, see how they do it. Okay, so if they were to crack back, so it's 6-8 versus 6. This doesn't really help us. Yeah, let's just play this early now. They might just take the tree, then we might just be chump blocking. No, they're just discarding a card, okay. Hatmaker is quite a big one, so I'm surprised they ditched that one. Forerunner. It's not the strongest of the bunch. I do chump block, I don't think I can. Okay, so... So they probably trade. Oh, it's just a chump. I'm okay with a chump. So we get to... We declined the mill. We probably could have we probably should have milled, but we're declining it for now just in case. Short bow, vigilance and reach, so that's going to be a problem if they start going defensive. They could also start going offensive, but at that point... Okay, they whipped on that one. Going down to 4, I'm not sure if that's correct. Might still be a mistake. Okay, they grow that one. I should probably try to draw the card first. Because we might hit, say, because we're looking for a Shales of Scale. Nope, we hit the land. Yeah, we're on chump block at this point. We're chumping this away, we're chumping this away. Yeah, I don't think we can win this one. Thankfully, there's no trample right now, but the moment there is, we hit the scribe, and they go ETB's battlefield. Thankfully, does this give haste? It does give haste, but they're growing that one instead. Yeah, this is an auto chump. Yeah, we're probably gonna lose this one. Yeah, we're gonna lose to Blacksmith's Talent, but we didn't draft enough removal, so they might even just take it. Oh, they're blocking. We did get a minor victory there, but that fish token is gonna kill us. And they could also just move one of the other equipment. And yeah, that's it. There's really no good way around it. That said, I did understand that we were not going to win against the aggro decks that much. We were too reliant on hitting one big creature or getting a secure board, and we did not really have the tools for it. But 5 wins is pretty good. It's 100 gems shy of making our claim back, but it's a good way to convert gold into gems, and this is respectable. I'll take it. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications, and whatnot. Thank you, Jericho Ilagan, for tuning in. Thank you for Romel Gutierrez for tuning in. Thank you for liking the video. Yeah, about 2 weeks more, then we have Aether Drift. I hope to see you guys then. Is this really my first time I got this? Oh well, I guess it's my first time. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.